Right, here we go then. Another little repair project. I brought this unknowing the state of it. No power pack, no games, no nothing. Obviously it's a SEGA 16-bit Mega Drive. Got myself a cheap game online. Popped it in, tried it. Didn't work. Yeah, don't worry, I did snap it into place. So it powers up, but we get no audio and no video out. So I've tried using both the RF out and the AV out. Same thing. You can see the TV detects that there's a signal, but there's actually no graphics or video comes up. So I'm going to watch a few little videos of other people repairing these, and probably start with a bit of basic cleaning of all the cartridge slot and a few other things. Check to see if there's anything obvious if we open the case. So give me a few minutes and we'll get the screws out. So got it apart. I'm going to clean the cartridge port here. You might be able to see a load of dust and everything. Going to vacuum all that out. Yeah, just test a few basic things like the power switch, etc. See if we can get anything to do anything sensible. But yeah, cleaning with isopropanol, cleaning the headphone control, speaker headphone control. See if we can get it running. 1991. I can just see a date inside. So 1991. So this is 32 years old, this console. 32. So what I'm doing now is check it. I've just sprayed in some electrical contact spray. Probably a bit too much actually, but you can see how dirty these Q-tips are getting. To me it looks like there's something inside one of those slots. I'm going to need something to pick it out with, so let's see what I can find. Just give the cartridge a quick wipe over because it's a bit dusty and crappy. Not that this is going to make any electrical difference, but I have wiped the contacts there. Slot this in and out a few times, make sure it's free. I just want to make sure there's nothing touching, like any metal or anything that might cause a short circuit inside there. I think it's okay. Just going to do a quick inspection. Okay, so I'm sorry about the lighting. Let's try and get the lighting a bit better. I'm going to pop this edge connector off if I can. I don't know if this is directly soldered or whether it's part of the frame, but let's take the metal cover off as well actually. Using the completely wrong screwdriver for this. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, but in factory modifications by the looks of it, or something they forgot to do. The rust back there is a bit crappy. Maybe we should flip the board upside down. No, let's concentrate on this connector first. See how we go. So this edge connector, cartridge connector, does not come out. So I'm just going to clean the lower pins. Again, make sure there's nothing that's gone in there that's conductive, causing an issue. Now we've cleaned the cartridge and the pins, I think what I might do then is just try and fire it up and see if we can get an image. Or something better than what we did before. Just give this another wipe down a minute. So just to note, this edge connector, though there's screws there, they're just reinforcing it's hard soldered onto the board. You cannot remove it. Oh my days, that's unbelievable. All I've done is cleaned all those connectors and it's fired up. Now the picture image isn't perfect, and that could just be because I've got the shield off over the board. But here we are, this is Going Ape Spit. A classic game. Classic game, as you can see there, this is from 1991, it's currently 2023. So it's almost perfectly working, just with some cleaning. The funny thing that they had done is on these, this is the connector for the LED, and all they've done is push the pins for the LED into that connector. There was no proper connection as such. Where's the lid gone? So the LED legs are just there, and they just pushed it in basically. So yeah, there we go. We'll figure out what's wrong with the little interference and then get it back together, I guess. Well, that was the easiest thing ever. So, no major repairs, really solid bit of equipment. Why not try repairing your own? Let's put it back together then. That was more easier than I thought. I thought this was going to be at least a 30-minute video, but no such luck. No chips to resolder, no major rust. What a thing they built. How well they built it all those years ago. It was the first game console that I ever really played a lot of. Was it your first console as well? I bet it was. If you're a similar age, if you're in your 40s, you would have been a teenager when these came out. Yes. So what I'm going to do is, so I bought this cartridge for about £3. Seems to work great. Not the greatest game in the world, but whatever. I'm going to buy one of those dodgy cartridges off eBay that's got like all the games on. I don't care about copyright anymore. Oh no, I better not say that in a YouTube video. Let's say, possibly, I understand that the copyright has lapsed on older games. I mean, you can buy all the ROMs and everything online. Anyway, multi-cartridge in there, maybe buy an extra control pad for it. And then we think about doing some mods on it, maybe. I'm going to look to see what mods are available for this version. For this version of the console. Was a screw in there? Oh, I don't know now. I should have marked where I took the screws out, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's speed this bit of the video up. Right, go and see if this is actually. We'll pop the cap back on, the cover back on, and then see if it's still working. Where did I put the cover? Doop-a-doo. I just think that's hilarious how they fitted that. I don't know if you saw it on camera, but it's just funny. Right. The hardest thing, probably lining up the volume control. Right. How do we make the black stuff shine a little bit better? That is something I've always wondered. Some people use like a car back to black stuff. I think that just leaves lots of fingerprints on it. It might be alright for like museum pieces that you just want it to shine. Right. Screws back in. One of the things I didn't point out, this is the 1605 model with high definition graphic stereo sound. Later models didn't have this extra socket for the extra audio output. And you can see that volume control is still a bit sticky, but I mean, unless you're using headphones, makes no difference. Let's pop over to the TV and see if it's still working. Oh no! Was it supposed to be Tarzan and Jane or something? I guess that's who it's supposed to be. Well, the video interference, I'm going to look into that at a later video, but essentially, got an old Mega Drive, give it a bit of a clean, it'll probably start working again. Sorted.